Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Navarro.
And it's your boy Max SAYLESS.
And welcome to episode 4 of Facts from the Lab.
Yes. Like my partner said, this is episode 4, and unfortunately, we're here today on a very, very sad note.
Yeah, now, originally we didn't have another episode planned for like another couple weeks, but due to recent events, we had to make this episode right now to talk about what has recently happened. The entire hip-hop community is completely shook and in mourning over the tragic death of Nipsey Hussle, who was shot and killed on Sunday outside of his store in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's definitely a very sad situation. It's so unexpected, you know. It's crazy because when you wake up, you have this plan for the day. And then, like, you never really suspect anything outside that plan to happen. So it kind of shakes your core, it shakes everything.
Right.
And my main focus right now is how Lauren London is taking this and her family and his family. Because hip-hop may have lost an artist, but today somebody lost a son, a boyfriend, a father, and a brother.
Right.
So everybody's sitting here debating about how he was killed, whether it was because of the documentary he was making or was it gang related. But to me, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, a man lost his life.
Right. Before I get to that part, like, I just want to just go back in time for a second. Now, I was first put on to Nipsey Hussle exactly 10 years ago, 2009. I was working at Food Line at the time, and one of my coworkers told me about him. He was like, yo, you fuck with Nipsey Hussle? I'm like, Nipsey Hussle? What the fuck is a Nipsey Hussle? You know? I'm like, I ain't never heard of this nigga. He's like, yo, just check him out. He got this song called Hustle in the House. So next day I went to go look it up on YouTube. I was listening to it and I was like, okay, wait a minute, this kind of nice. He flipped the crisscross beat. I like this. So, you know, niggas had iPod shuffles then. So, you know, I went and downloaded that.
Damn, that was definitely a while ago.
Yeah. You know, I went and downloaded that, put it on my iPod shuffle, and then I said, you know, let me check out some more of his shit. And like every song I heard, I was like, yo, this dude could really be something. Because you gotta remember, at the time, prior to that, the only nigga that was really holding it down like that for the West Coast was the Game. Like, that whole period between 05 and 08, it was all Game. And I'm thinking to myself, man, Nipsey could probably challenge him for that spot. Like, he sounded like he's legit. So from that year on, I just kept listening to all his shit. All the Bullets Got No Name mixtapes, Marathon Continued. That was my favorite. And all the way up until now, till Victory Lap last year, you know. But damn, if you'd have told me at that time, 10 years ago, that 10 years later he would go out like this, I would have never believed that shit. Not in his own hood, not at his own place of business. I mean, this is a sick world, man. That's tragic. Like, the one image I cannot get out of my head is that last picture that was taken of him with his son, who was there. What kind of a sick, twisted person? How can you shoot somebody in front of that child? That boy looks like he's no older than 4, and you take somebody's life in front of that child like that in broad daylight. I don't understand that shit. You know?
It's fucked up. It's a real fucked up situation. I wasn't an avid fan like you. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Nipsey was in my top 10. You feel me? I listen to songs here and there. I listen to projects here and there. And, you know, the songs that I did hear was dope to me. But I'm more of a fan of his hustle. Like, he grinded to get where he was. He didn't have no help.
Right.
Like, he built his own career and he did everything on his own. Like,
self-made entrepreneur.
Right. Everything he has is because of Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
And once he got to the point where he could do for his community, he started putting his people on. He started giving back to schools, and he was doing everything he can for his community.
He was doing the right shit. And I mean, that he teaching something to these much younger rappers, because that's the type of shit we need from these rappers now. And I really think he was setting an example. Like, this is the type of niggas we need to be now. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but the next day he was supposed to meet with the LA city leaders and LAPD and everything. It was supposed to be discussing something about gang violence and how to bring it down and stuff like that. He was supposed to do that the next day.
Yeah, I heard something like that. I just didn't know when it was supposed to take place. Yeah,
he was supposed to meet with them the next day, and this happened. Like that shit is just it's sickening. It really is. And like you said, all these conspiracy theories. He got killed because he was about to drop that documentary about the doctor. Or look, I'm tired of all that, because every time somebody dies like this so unexpectedly, there's always one of these people with conspiracy theories. There's still people that think Michael Jackson died because of the Illuminati. Like, come on, yo, come on. Like, look, it doesn't matter how he died, whether it was that, whether it was gang related shit. For all we know, it could have been somebody that knew Nipsey. It could have been a former friend that felt betrayed, or could have been an argument that led to this. We don't know. Bottom line is, like you said, somebody's dead right now. That little 4-year-old boy, I'm assuming he's 4. He doesn't have a father no more. Lauren London has to sleep by herself now at night. His parents, his family, everybody, they don't have that son no more, that brother no more, that nephew or grandson. They don't have him no more. It don't even matter how he went out. That's what you gotta think about. This is just it's terrible, man.
And to all you corny niggas that's out there making posts talking to Lauren London like you single.
I'm glad I haven't seen
shit
none of
like
those.
that. Yo, you dead ass corny, dog. You dead ass wrong, because that would have been your family member. You'll be in an You'll be in an uproar if somebody said some disrespectful shit like that. Yo.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't seen none of that shit, because I would have got to reporting. Because you can't. This ain't no shit to play around with, or joke around with.
And everybody else telling people, you feel me, how to feel, saying don't say R.I.P. if you wasn't a fan. Shut the fuck up.
Right. It's not about being a fan. It's paying respects. Like that's the civil thing to do. I mean, somebody passed away. Pay your respects. Like, I wasn't a fan of Triple X when he died last year. I wasn't a fan. I barely listened to one song, but I still show my respects and pay my respects to him, but I wasn't a fan. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how y'all be thinking sometimes when these deaths happen.
I know exactly how they be thinking. They be thinking about clout. They do anything for likes, shares, attention.
I guess that's what it is.
Right, that shit is crazy. Y'all want clout, but y'all going about it the wrong way. Nobody's gonna remember you in a positive aspect.
Right.
When you trying to chase that clout, you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just so terrible. And it's like, now everybody, they got to continue what he started. I think I said this on my Instagram post. I think
Nick Cannon was talking about he was.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Props to Nick Cannon and shout out to him, because he's stepping up saying, look, this documentary that he was doing on what's that doctor's name again? I can't remember the doctor's name.
Saribi. I may be saying his name wrong.
Well, y'all know what doctor we talking about. I can't remember the name, but Nick stepped up to the plate and said, look, I'm going to finish what Nipsey started, and I'm going to get this out there so this is heard. Now, I don't know if this means we got to keep our eye on Nick Cannon now and hope nothing happens to him, but
I really feel like
I salute him for that.
He shouldn't announce that. I feel like he should have just took it upon himself to do it, but he shouldn't announce that, because I feel like now that kind of makes him like a target, and I feel like that kind of gives him this huge responsibility, and I really hope he live up to it. But I think he should have just kept that to himself and was working on it on a low, and then just gave it to us.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not surprised because I knew somebody would announce that they would finish it. Like, and not even just that. Everything that Nipsey was doing, you had to finish what he was doing. Everything he was trying to do for his community, everything that he was just trying to change, all the activist shit or whatever you want to call it that he was trying to do. It's time to finish that. It doesn't stop now because he's gone. You gotta continue it, and I hope that's like everybody that was close to him, like mainly a lot of the West Coast rappers, because I've been paying attention to a lot of their posts and they're truly shaking up. I hope there's some way they can unite and like do something positive, not just for him but for the city, like he was trying to do.
I know for a fact there's going to be a lot of great tributes, because Nipsey worked with a lot of people, and on other people's tracks he was killing it, so he has that respect as a lyricist and as a man. So I really I really can't wait to see these tributes that they do for him.
I didn't know he met up with Jay-Z. Did you see that picture?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. I meant to show it to you, but yeah, he met up. There's a picture of him slapping fine with Jay-Z. I thought that was pretty cool. And that just showed you you meet with Jay-Z, then you
pretty much made it.
Yeah, that's
you solidified right there.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, but right now all we can do is just keep his family and all his loved ones in our prayers, and his fans, because I know, like I said, we're not huge fans, but all y'all who are huge fans of him, I know how much this hurts y'all, because if this was my favorite rapper of all time, which is Nas, I'd probably be just as devastated. Or Max, one of your favorite rappers, Cameron, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I already told niggas if Cam or J pass, like I'm not gonna be able to be contacted. I'm gonna have to take off for a few days.
It will crush it. So we know how y'all feel, and we're gonna pray for y'all too. You know, like I said, his legacy does not stop here. His music is going to be here forever. You know, his cause, you gotta fight it now. If he tried to do what he wanted to do, we have to continue that for him. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted if this had happened to him.
Right, exactly. So, with that being said, take a moment to drop in the comments your favorite song by Nipsey Hussle, or a moment that you remember in Nipsey Hussle that really sticks with you. Like, let's show this man some love.
Right, and like I said on my post, I think it was last night, protect all the black men in your life. If you got sons, fathers, brothers, nephews, uncles, granddads, whatever the case, constantly check up on them. Tell them you love them. You don't know what's coming tomorrow. You don't know what can happen at any second. You know, keep showing them constant love, and let them know you're always here for them. Because in a blink of an eye, you could wake up with somebody one morning, then that night you're going to bed without them.
Yeah,
it happens that fast.
You know, it's crazy because here in Baltimore, we gotta sing every time we depart from a loved one, and it goes, I love you, yo, be safe, because you never know what's going to happen, and you never know if you're not going to see that individual again. So,
and with that said, yes, everybody out there, please be safe, and please be mindful of where you are and who you're hanging with, and the people you keep around you.
Yeah, peace and blessings to everybody that listen to this. We love y'all, man.
This is Mike Navarro.
And this is Max SAYLESS.
Facts from the lab. We out. Rest in peace, Nipsey.